The poem The Wind, written by Subramanya Bharati, translated by A.K. Ramanujan. Dear students, wish you a very good day. Today, I am going to give an explanation of the poem The Wind, written by Subramanya Bharati, a Tamil writer, and A.K. Ramanujan, who has translated this poem into English language. In this poem, the poet requesting the wind, please come softly, and not to break the shutters of the window, and don't throw the books from the shelf, and don't scatter the purpose, and don't tear the purpose. But wind is not obeying the poet. So we can see what are things the wind has done there. Okay, so I'm going to read the first stanza. Listen to the first stanza and read with me. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the purpose. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. So in the first two lines, the poet is calling the wind. The wind, please come tenderly. Softly meaning, please come, please blow out softly. And not to break the shutters of the windows. Shutters meaning the wooden framework of the windows. And don't scatter the purpose. Don't scattering means don't disperse the purpose. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Don't throw down the books from the shelf. And there, look what you did. You threw them all down. The wind, you see what you have done here. You have tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. The wind has brought the rain again. And the poet is calling here. The wind is very clever. Do you know why? You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. You are very clever for teasing the weaklings. Weaklings means weak beings. The weak people, the weak trees, and whatever thing is found weak, the wind will break everything away. Okay. So the crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. Here in the last lines, the poet is calling the wind god. The wind god, winnowing. What is winnowing meaning? Winnowing meaning separating. Okay, separating. Wind god separating the weak and the strong. And the wind is having a habit. Okay. The wind is making a friendship with whom? Only with the stronger people. The wind never likes to make a friendship with the weak people. So whatever things are weak, the wind will destroy. Okay. So we can see the second stanza. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. So what he is doing here? The wind won't do what you tell him. If you are advising the wind won't obey. So come. So the poet is calling us. Poet is advising each and everyone. We have to make our bodies strong. We have to be very strong. And we can build our strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. And practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Steadfast meaning make the heart very firm and strong. The wind blows out weak fires. If there is a very weak fire anywhere, what the wind will do? It will blow out. Okay. And he makes strong fires. If the fire is very strong, it will roar and flourish. His friendship is good. Anyway, the wind, if you are having a friendship with the wind, that is very good. And we praise him every day. So we praise the wind every day. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the poem, and I have added some images, beautiful images in the video. So you can watch the video and also try to do the homework and try to read and practice reading the poem. Thank you. It is a modern poem. It is written in free verse. It is not having a particular rhyme scheme. A figure of speech, anaphora, can be seen in the second, third, and fourth lines of the first stanza. Anaphora is a figure of speech in which words repeat at the beginning of successive clauses, phrases, or sentences. In this poem, the word don't is repeated. For example, don't scatter the purpose, don't break the shutters, don't throw down. Since the word don't is repeated, it is the example for anaphora. Another poetic device is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds in close connection. For example, wind winnows, won't and want. In this poem, the word wind refers to the challenges in life. Here comes the poetic device symbolism. Symbolism is a figure of speech where an object, person, or situation has another meaning other than its literal meaning.